Okay, moving on with tabletop planning. Okay, we had an intro last time, and this time we're going to continue on, and I'm going to be doing some definitions and some background stuff. And that way, hopefully, the next time we have a video or maybe even get together, even at church, we can start discussing some of this stuff. Um, Keep in mind that the number one crime on church property happens in the parking lot. I mean, it's like 70 to 80% of all crimes happen in the parking lot. So when you think about what you do all the day in doing security, what would you spend the most time? What would afford our most attention to? Okay. Um, when I do walkthrough, it takes a good 30 minutes, maybe sometimes 45, to do a complete, thorough walkthrough. Okay. Um, so if one person was doing security by themselves in a 2 hour service, you would almost be walking nonstop to check all the breach points. And we'll discuss what they are later. Um, we're going to discuss, let's discuss definitions real quick. Probable versus plausible versus possible. Probably are the ones that are most likely to happen. Okay. So if 70% of crimes happen in the parking lot, where do we need to have the focus of our attention to? It's going to be the parking lot. But you can't ignore anything. If you just sit there in a chair and look out the window at the parking lot, you could be missing something that's going on. Um, Probably are the ones that are most likely to happen. Okay. Plausible is one that a certain amount of possibility could happen. Um, I mean, it's like you consider, suppose, what's the possibility of a group of um, camels come walking into our parking lot and guys running around with AK-47s? Okay. Could that happen? Well, it could happen, but do we need to focus that much of our attention on something like that? Um, but you got to focus attention. I mean, it's just like in our qualification, where, and the reason I want to change it is because um, half the time we were spending shooting 15 to 25 yards. That's probably not going to happen. Do you need to be able to shoot that distance accurately? Yes, but you need to focus on the closer ones where it's most probably going to happen. Okay. Um, so think about that. If that kind of explains the difference between possible versus probable, versus plausible. Okay, so keep that in mind when we start doing some of this planning. Um, Now, layout of the church. Think about breach points. Okay, breach points could be called in some circumstances access points. Okay, which is basically the doors where people are walking in. We will not do the second floor today because nobody's going to be coming through a window from the second floor because we don't have windows up there. Um, so think about that. We're going to discuss different breach points. We're going to discuss what is an ambush, what could possibly happen. Um, so think about an ambush is something that is sudden, surprising, and chaotic. So if you're walking through the church, somebody walking out of the bathroom, it's not going to be an ambush. Okay. Now, can there be an ambush coming out of the bathroom? Yes. So it's going to take a little bit of focus on all that to know the difference. Um, We're going to also discuss where the different individual members usually sit or sometimes sit, um, and all the possibilities. Um, so we're going to move on. Um, breach points. I am going to list them as BP1, BP2, BP3, BP4, BP5. Okay. Um, so which breach point would be the most likely that a bad guy would use? Okay. Breach point 1, that's the main entrance. I listed them in a circular motion going around. Um, ambush points are a little different. They will be going through their inside. Um, and there's a bunch of them. So just be aware. Do you have to walk through with your hand on your firearm all the time? No. But just more or less be aware. Uh, listen to your gut feeling and the instance of that, what it feels like. Okay. I think that's probably it. I'm going to finish this up, and next time we will begin doing some scenario planning. Thank you. Bye.